Welcome back, everybody. Today I'm going to be making an easy recipe for potato and cheese flautas. This is a favorite of my husband's, so today he requested this for lunch, so I am going to show you how I do these. To start, I am going to cook 1.5 pounds of potatoes with 1 clove of garlic. I've already peeled them and cut them into chunks. Now I'm just going to submerge them in water. Here I have a small pot, and I roughly used around 5 medium to small sized potatoes. So I'm going to put them on the stove, and I'm going to bring my water up to a boil, and I will be putting this on a medium-high to high heat. So once my water comes up to a boil, I am going to allow them to continue cooking uncovered for about 15 minutes, or until they are fork tender. So at this point, my potatoes are done. So I'm just going to drain all the water out, and then I'm going to place them in a bowl, and that is where I'm going to mash them and season them. While my potatoes are still hot, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of salted butter. You could use unsalted. I'm going to add a little more salt to taste. I'm also going to add some cracked black pepper to taste, and I'll be adding around 1/4 teaspoon of smoked paprika and 1/4 teaspoon of onion powder. Now, the spices and seasonings are up to you. I like using smoked paprika. You could use regular. So I'm just going to give them a good mash, and now these are done. And you want to let them set and cool for a little bit before handling. Right now they are really hot. So once my potatoes have cooled, I'm going to assemble the flautas. Now, typically I like to use corn tortillas, but my husband decided he wanted to try these today, and these are basically half corn, half flour tortillas, mitad y mitad, which translate to half and half. And the best way to describe these, it's the texture of a flour tortilla, but the taste of a corn tortilla. So these are already warmed, but if you are using corn tortillas, you could pass them through hot grease, or you can put them in the microwave until soft and pliable. I'm also using 2 cups of shredded cheese and my potato mixture. So in the comment section in some of my other flautas or taquitos videos, you guys gave me the tip of using a cornstarch paste to get them to stick and stay together after rolling them out. So that's what I'm doing today. I've actually used this method a couple of times since, and it works like a charm. No toothpick necessary, and I don't have to pass the corn tortillas through hot grease to get them to roll. I warm them in the microwave, and I use this paste to get them to stay in a tight roll. Love that tip. Thank you to my commenters. So I have 2.5 tablespoons of cornstarch and 1 tablespoon of cold water. I'm just going to mix that, and that is the paste that I'm going to be using. So now I am ready to assemble these flautas. I also want to mention that you'll need around 20 corn tortillas for this recipe. Okay, so now that all of my flautas are assembled, I'm ready to fry them, and I'm actually going to also bake some of these just for those of you that don't want to fry them and you want to know how they come out baked. So here I have my fry oil that's already preheated. I've added my flautas. I'm going to do around 3 or 4 at a time, and I think the oil's a little too hot, so you'll want to make sure that your fry temperature is around 350 degrees Fahrenheit for a good fry temperature. So I'm going to cook these for a couple of minutes until the exterior is crispy and golden brown. Now, frying these are the way I typically do them, but I also did want to try baking them. So here I have my rolled flautas, I'm placing them in a preheated oven at 400 degrees Fahrenheit for about 20 to 25 minutes or until they're crispy like this. And you will notice that it did ooze a little bit, but here are my fried ones, and I can tell you by looking at these, they are so crispy. And take a look at the cheesy potato center. You can definitely garnish your flautas with the toppings of your choice. You can dip them or sauce them, but today I made a simple salsa. Here is 1 tomato, 2 guajillo chilies that I cleaned, half of an onion, 1 jalapeno pepper, and 1 clove of garlic. I brought that up to a rolling boil for about 5 minutes. Then I just popped it into my blender without any liquid because the tomato does carry a lot of liquid, but if you want it runnier, add a little bit of liquid. I just pureed this, and then after blending it, I added it to my salsa bowl and just a little bit of salt to taste. It's definitely up to your preference. Give it a mix and the salsa is done. So I make flautas all the time, and depending on what I can find in my refrigerator, that's what's gonna go in them. So today my husband loves his potato and cheese flautas. It's what he requested, and by the looks of it, I think he likes them. I hope you guys give this recipe a try. I hope you like it, and thanks for watching.